This song is called Cama y Mesa, which is something like bed and table, written by Roberto Carlos and by Erasmo Carlos, maybe his brother, I don't know. Because Carlos, I think, is the last name, but I don't really know. Because for me, it makes me think that Roberto Carlos is the artistic name, and it's also maybe the first and last name of this, I think, Brazilian great singer. So I'm gonna try to sing this song. I don't have it yet. Wow. Let's go ahead. Quiero ser tu canción desde el principio al fin. Quiero rozarme en tus labios y ser tu carmín. Ser el jabón que te suavice, el baño que te baña, la toalla que deslices por tu piel mojada. Quiero ser tu almohada, tu edredón de seda, besarte mientras sueñas y verte dormir. Yo quiero ser el sol que entra sobre tu cama, despertarte poco a poco, hacerte sonreír. Quisiera estar en el más suave toque de tus dedos, entrar en lo más íntimo de tus secretos. Quiero ser la cosa buena, liberada o prohibida, ser todo en tu vida. Todo lo que me quieras dar, quiero que me lo des. Yo soy todo lo que un hombre entrega a una mujer. Más allá de ese cariño que siempre me das, me imagino tantas cosas, quiero siempre más. Me imagino tantas cosas, quiero siempre más. Tú eres mi dulce desayuno, mi pastel perfecto, mi bebida preferida, el plato predilecto. Yo como y bebo de lo bueno, no tengo hora fija, de mañana, tarde o noche, no hago dieta. Y este amor que alimenta a mi fantasía, es mi sueño, es mi fiesta, es mi alegría. Comida más sabrosa, mi perfume, mi bebida, es todo en mi vida. Todo hombre que sabe querer, sabe dar y pedir a la vez, lo mejor y hacer de ese amor. Lo que come, que bebe, que da, que recibe. El hombre que sabe querer y se apasiona por una mujer, convierte su amor en su vida, su comida y bebida en la justa medida. Todo hombre que sabe querer y sabe dar y pedir a la mujer, lo mejor y hacer de ese amor. Que come, que bebe, que da, que recibe. El hombre que sabe querer y se apasiona por una mujer, pierde su amor en su vida, su comida y bebida en la justa medida. Okay, that's it. I still have to rehearse it more, but it's fun. It's fun to play, it's interesting. I do not want to believe that I am the same person every time I'm here. I think this is a healthy thing to do, in that sometimes we convince ourselves, somehow we get to believe that we are the same person. And this somehow becomes a trap, because then you can't be somebody else. You can't do other things that you usually don't do. So what I'm talking about here is habitualities, habits. Let's break them. That is important, I think. So yeah, okay. I am going to sing another song, and this time I am going to put something. I am going to choose some footage. Well, first thing, let's choose a song that I love. Let's choose Bésame Mucho. And then I'm going to place the footage, some beautiful footage for you guys. For whoever is there or for whoever will ever get to see me. Consuelo Velasquez, the author of this song. Okay, let's go ahead and let's seek for some beautiful footage. Maybe I'm just going to not this. I want to put more like things that black and white, and yeah, let's put this one, and let's get rid of the ads, and now let's play this. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, dear. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos y estar junto a ti. Piensa que tal vez mañana estaré muy lejos de aquí. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. Quiero tenerte muy cerca, mirarme en tus ojos y estar junto a ti. Piensa que tal vez mañana estaré muy lejos de aquí. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho, que tengo miedo a perderte, perderte después. And okay, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman, beautiful feelings, and she just depicted all that. And well, let's find out about her. Let's read something, and then we can go ahead with more on what is happening in the world. Okay, so let's go ahead. Consuelito Velázquez. Let's go. Let's type her name here. And let's think about it, because it's just not about, I'm not just going to read, or maybe, yeah. So let's go ahead. Consuelo González Posada de Velasco. Okay, let's change the name here. I mean the language. Is it? Oh, it's not available in English, I think. Also, only in, well, I'll have to translate. Let me see. Consuelo Velázquez, and let's go to Wikipedia. And see whether we can find something. Biography and history. Well, let's see. Artist biography by Jason Ankeny. Okay, thank you, Jason Ankeny. So I'm giving you your due credit. And now, although a prolific recording artist and composer in her native Mexico, to the rest of the world, Consuelo Velázquez is known almost exclusively for one song. But what a song! Bésame Mucho. Recorded over the years by everyone from Frank Sinatra to Elvis Presley to the Beatles. Born August 29, 1916 in Ciudad Guzman, Mexico, Velázquez began teaching herself piano at the age of 4. 2 years later, making her public debut at the Academy in Cerratos. After studying at the National Conservatory in 1938, she was received as a concert pianist at Mexico City's Palace of Fine Arts. That same year, making her film debut in Noches de Carnaval, Carnival Nights. Velázquez also began performing on radio, then considered a scandalous prospect for any young Mexican woman of virtuous standing. As a result, she worked under a series of male pseudonyms, often playing the original song she composed at night, and working in the idiom of the Cuban bolero. She wrote Bésame Mucho in 1941. First recorded that same year by Emilio Tuero, the heartfelt and sweetly innocent ode to the kiss became a hit on Mexican radio, but earned its shot at immortality thanks to a dispute between American broadcasters and the Performing Rights Association, ASCAP, which was demanding higher royalty fees for its members. Rival organization BMI sought to fill, well, blah, 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 blah. I'm not very interested in too many details about that. Sorry, guys. You can always go ahead and read it. You can find it. There's Jason Ankeny here, who has actually, written this biography of Consuelo Velázquez. Thank you, Jason, and forgive me if I'm not intending to breach copyrights or anything. So I'm just, trying to pepper my songs and my videos here with information that I grabbed from the internet. Well, thinking about that, I like to make comments, I like to philosophize, I like to think about, what is going on in the world, and I'm trying to give voice to my impressions when I, after having read or after reading world news. I believe that information has to be digested somehow, and this is why I'm always thinking about whatever we read, and not take it for granted. We don't have to take ourselves for granted. Sometimes, we are very silent, and this silence is, I think, well, bad, dangerous, in that, you're not thinking, you're not being yourself, you are not existing, you're just letting yourself be, pushed by the wind by the winds of information that are flowing here and there, and you don't get to have a proper position. Anyways, own position or personal standpoint. That's what I mean. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead with something else. Let's go ahead with this thing. This is a song called "Costumbres" by songwriter Juan Gabriel. He was a composer and also, an interpreter, an amazing Mexican singer who died last year, I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Juan Gabriel. So his song "Costumbres." Let's see if we can find some information about this. And Costumbres. It's kind of a name that shocks me a little bit. Is it really talking about customs? I mean, habits, mores. Let's say Costumbres. Okay, it's a song written and produced by Juan Gabriel and performed by Spanish singer Rocío Dúrcal. Rest in peace. Well, if we ever get to rest in peace after dying, she was an amazing singer too. It was recorded for her studio album, Canta a Juan Gabriel Volume 6. The song was released by Herrero Records in 1985, and I love it. Selena also sings it in her own album Dulce Amor. But well, I'm going to sing it for you, and I'm going to put some footage of Juan Gabriel, and thinking about that great singer. I admire him too. Well, let's just wait 2 seconds. I get rid of the ads, and then I want to play. Yeah, let's go ahead. Thank you. My name is Highway, and we're gonna go on commenting things that are happening in the world. Let's go ahead with this. Okay, here we have amazing Juan Gabriel. Háblame de ti, cuéntame de tu vida. Sabes tú muy bien que yo estoy convencida de que tú no puedes, aunque intentes olvidarme. Siempre volverás una y otra vez, siempre volverás, aunque ya no sientas más amor por mí, solo rencor. Yo tampoco tengo nada que sentir. Eso es peor, pero te extraño, también te extraño. No cabe duda que es verdad que la costumbre es más fuerte que el amor. Yo sé que tú no puedes, aunque intentes olvidarme, siempre volverás una y otra vez, una y otra vez, siempre volverás, aunque ya no sientas más amor por mí, solo rencor. Yo tampoco tengo nada que sentir. Eso es peor. extraño, también te extraño. No cabe duda que es verdad que la costumbre es más triste que el amor. Yeah, a great singer. Oh, so there we go. I did say things already, you know, in my previous videos, and I do not want to, you know, like go on saying the same things. I am just studying, I'm learning. I want to be dynamic, and of course, yeah, there are things that I repeat, you know, like these songs, though I try to sing them, you know, better every day. And but what I mean is that I don't want to become, you know, like I don't want to rely on cliches all the time, you know, things that you just repeat and say, because I don't want to feel it. I'm more like, you know, Heraclitus. You know, we are rivers, and the water where we take a shower or where we bathe is not the same water. I guess something along those lines. Forgive me if I don't remember, you know, if I'm not giving you the right citation or quote. But the idea is clear, and yeah, I was also reading this book, highly recommendable, My Point of View, by Søren Kierkegaard, Danish philosopher. Great book, and he was talking about fame and the pursuit of lower or higher goals in life. So I'm just thinking, you know, what is it that brings me here? What is it that, you know, makes me like to be here before the screen and before, you know, behind this microphone? Because, you know, I want followers, it's true. I want people to see me. But then sometimes I think, well, I'm just, you know, like also airing myself, giving my thoughts, recording. To what extent is it that, you know, I'm looking for people to, like, pay attention in what I'm saying and maybe giving me an answer? You know, we sometimes, well, wish for things that are unnecessary. So I'm trying to be very honest here with myself and with whoever is thinking, you know, I want the pursuit of higher ends. I want the pursuit of better things. You know, I really want to be honest, and I want to make sure that whatever I do is really, you know, according to my thoughts or in accordance with my ways of being. I do not want to be somebody who is just looking for the general applause of the crowds, and I don't want to treat you as part of a crowd. If by crowd I not only mean the gathering of many people together for whatever reason or purpose, a meeting or anything, political meeting, but an irrational group of people, you know, who do things that are not right. You know, crowds are famous for this. You know, as a social psychologist, I know, and I have studied the phenomenon, and I know that it happens. You know, it happens that, you know, crowds don't hold their horses. So I don't want to, if I am here, if I am broadcasting these videos, I just want to be clear to myself, and I want to be clear with you, because you are watching or you are listening. You know, I will not incite to violence. I will not use insults. I am an honest person, and I want these videos to be the result of my honesty too, or at least to be honest videos. You know, I am not here for the purpose of broadcasting fake news. nor do I want to breach copyrights or do things, like stealing or anything like that. I don't want to steal, and I won't steal intellectual property of no artist. I'm just singing covers. I love to sing these songs, and if I am broadcasting these videos, is because I believe that I am doing, in accordance to my thoughts, which is a little bit of philosophy, a little bit of enjoyment of the music. So I grab my guitar, I play guitar, I sing these songs, and I like to put, to play some footage. I know the camera is not very good. Maybe when I place the footage, the video doesn't look very good. But I'm gonna trying to find out the way to make my camera, give me a little better, a higher quality. But what is true is that this is why my videos are like they are, because I sing, I cover songs, I play with my guitar, I play the footage. I sometimes invite my puppets to join in with me in my program, and I like to do that. For example, my lion friend, Mr. Lion, he's gonna come, and he has very nice hair, so I sometimes feel jealous about him because he has a lot more hair than I have. So Lion, give me your secret. How is it that you have such beautiful and abundant hair?
Oh, here I am. How are you? Yeah, well, it's my genes, the genes in my whatever, you understood my message. Sometimes my brain doesn't work very much, because what happens is that I whatever, my brain is not working very well now, and I'm not going to be like the broadcasters, who actually, start speaking nonsense, and maybe I'm speaking nonsense now, but it doesn't matter. So the idea is to have fun, and we are like boys, like little children. We always enjoy, doing that. Having control of our emotions. But I am not perfect. I am not an expert. I do not actually appear on TV screens every day, and I'm not an actor, so that doesn't mean I don't have the expertise or the know-how to actually be in front of a camera and actually behave myself in a proper way. Maybe many people would feel like very inclined to correct my behavior, but I don't give whatever, I don't want to say a bad word, maybe a cucumber about that. Yeah, that's what I want to say. So yeah, my hair is beautiful. Yeah, my hair is brown, and there's a lot of sun in here, and it feels very hot. So this is why I feel kind of drowsy, and sometimes I feel like sleeping. And I like to have beautiful dreams, and I like the light, the changes of light that this camera gives me. When I see myself in the screen, I say, wow. Yeah, I say I like these effects. This is why maybe I like to go to the theater, though I have to wear a mask, and not just a face mask. Now in times of pandemics, but I have to do it because people would actually get very, very scared, and they would think. They tend to think that I'm going to eat them, but lion doesn't seem, it's not synonymous of being hungry all the time. This is what people think, that if you think of a lion, then that means just hunger, but it's not like that. Well, anyways, I'm leaving. I know that you are all very impatient, but I would like Highway to start talking about police brutality and and things like that, and then maybe you can show us some footage about that, or maybe you can show us some footage about other things that are taking place in the world, right? And these protests. And you gave a name to your the title of this video is supposed to be talking about George Floyd. So come on, talk about George Floyd before I get angry and I get hungry, because the lions, when they get very angry, they start eating, and that's what happens.
Okay, I understand, my dear lion. You got to take it easy. Let's see if this camera can actually follow us and see us talking here together. Yeah, this is a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, Los. So, okay, well, tell me something then.
Yeah, I'll tell you whatever you want me to tell you.
Well, are you going to talk about George Floyd or not?
Yeah, I want to do it, but we have to take
take time. Yeah, but sometimes you digress. Your brain has to be fixed a little bit. Because sometimes you tend to talk about too many things that are not related to what you announced in your video in the first place. Well, you're right. But we gotta take it easy, Lion. We are human beings. We have to flow. It's not like everything has to be so much prepared. I don't like that, because when everything is so prepared, it's so artificial. It's just so people are. We are not like that. We are more like disorderly. We are more like we have to be. We are flowing like a river. So many things are coming into our minds, our many feelings, many thoughts, and these inspire us. Otherwise, we become very constricted. Oh, do you feel constricted? I don't think you should feel constricted, man. Because if you feel constricted, that means that you misunderstand things. I'm just saying. You're telling your audience that you're gonna talk about George Floyd. So come on, talking about him. I want to know what you're gonna think about that. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go ahead about him, and we're gonna talk about it. Okay, and but you just pay attention. Okay, I'll be silent now. Okay, guys, it was nice to see you. Okay, so pay attention and prepare, because this guy, maybe he can share interesting thoughts, about George Floyd. And in any case, we're just thinking, it's not that he's an expert or anything. He's just trying to, air out or steam out and try to express his feelings and thoughts and try to make sense. And he doesn't want just to, because I have spoken to him, and he has told me that what he wants is just to not just listen to the news like a robot, just listen and listen and listen, and just saturate his mind and his soul with with news and protest and people saying this and that. And in any case, he feels tired, because he says that many times what happens is that people are just repeating the same messages all the time, and that's not good. You listen to the different news agencies that there exist out there, and I'm not going to give any names, and they're always saying the same thing: George Floyd this, George Floyd that, George Floyd this, George Floyd that, and it's always the same thing. So let's try to listen to something new, something that will maybe serve us to have a different standpoint on this, or something more constructive, right? Or are we just going to listen to the same news and say, oh, look at that brutality, police again are beating people up in the streets, and they're shouting them, and they're spraying them with pepper and all that? No, that's not good enough. Let's try to think a little more, less automatically. Bye-bye, I'm gonna watch. Thank you, my dear Lion. Well, there you have them. It's a little bit kind of strange to sometimes bring other characters into the screen, and it's kind of difficult, but I am not perfect. I'm going to talk about George Floyd, and I'll try to not repeat the same that is said all the time. George Floyd, I don't know, maybe I'm just going to to throw out some words. I think of false bills. I think of unnecessary excess of power on the side of police, of the police officers, hatred, maybe the frustration of working as a police officer. I mean, because if you are supposed to be passionate about being a police officer, are we supposed to? You're supposed to, it's like now, am I stressed out? No, I'm enjoying. And is it possible to enjoy being a police officer? Is it possible to to do your job in such a way that you find it interesting, that you like it? This is my point. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So my point here is, maybe let's talk to the police officers that are happy of being police officers. How do they do it? How do they get to smile? Or is it that, for example, if you're a police officer and you get on your cruise, on your patrol, you have to suffer a lot of things, and you can tell anybody? There's a lot of abuses against the police bodies. That can happen too, Maybe your gear is not enough, maybe the shifts are too long, maybe you are underpaid, or maybe the social sort of like ambience of the police department is not good, maybe you're not really friends. What is going on? Why all this frustration, and then suddenly you feel like getting back at people that you arrest in the streets? You have to follow the protocol, but it's not following the protocols only. It's about not being so angry, not frustrated, or not just, getting back at innocent people, why those displays of excessive energy? That is the point. Well, I'm just analyzing, guys, okay? Well, I'm going to sing another song, and in the meantime, I'm going to show you some footage on police brutality. Let me just find it here. And because I want to make my video dynamic, or at least that's what I tend to think, that if I show you this footage, maybe you can we can think more about about this situation. But in the meantime, I'm going to sing a song. Forgive me if you think that the song is absolutely not related to the topic. But for me, it is. I like music. I watch the news. I cry. I wonder. And I'm fascinated by what is happening in our times, in our world. But we'll get back to more of that later on. Okay. What is the goal here? Well, enjoy singing. Do I need more words for that? Just enjoy. Yeah, the melodies. Yeah, the rhythm. Yeah. Imagining many things. The things suggested by the song, of course. Precisamente ahora que tú ya te has ido, me han dicho que has estado engañándome, porque de pronto tienes tantos enemigos, porque tengo que andar disculpándote. Si ya se está mintiendo, por favor defiéndete. Yo sé que no lo harás porque es la verdad. Es una pena, siempre seguirás doliéndome, culpable o no. ¿Qué le puedo hacer ya? Miénteme como siempre. Por favor, miénteme, necesito quererte. Convénceme, miénteme con un beso que parezca el amor. Necesito quererte, culpable o no. Tengo yo derecho a reprocharte nada, pues nada queda ya de ti, de mí, de ayer. Qué pena nuestra historia pudo ser fantástica. Y ahora dime, mi amor, ¿quién te va a defender? Miénteme como siempre. Por favor, miénteme, necesito creerte. Convénceme, miénteme con un beso que parezca amor. Necesito quererte, culpable o no. Precisamente ahora que tú ya te has ido, me han
dicho que has estado engañándome. Porque de pronto tienes tantos enemigos. Porque tengo que andar disculpándote. Si ellos están mintiendo, por favor defiéndete. Sé que no lo harás, pues dicen la verdad. Es una pena, siempre seguirás doliéndome. Y culpable o no, ¿qué le puedo hacer ya? Miénteme como siempre. Por favor, miénteme. Necesito verte. Convénceme, miénteme con un beso que parezca el amor. Necesito quererte, hable o no. No tengo yo derecho a reprocharte nada. Pues nada que ver ya de ti, de mí, de ayer. Qué pena nuestra historia pudo ser fantástica. Y ahora dime mi amor, ¿quién te va a defender? Miénteme como siempre. Por favor, miénteme. Necesito creerte. Convénceme, miénteme con un beso que parezca de amor. Necesito verte, culpable o no.
Okay. Well. That was a song called Lie to Me by Juan Carlos Calderón. Okay, now some songs. This is a song by Riley here in Mexico. And the song that I am going to interpret is called, let me see, Cupido se apiadó de mí. So this would be something like Cupid. Yeah.
Cupid.
So Cupid, what would that be? Give me a second. Yeah, it took pity on me. Well, I guess that's the best translation that I got here for the song. Always learning things. You know, that's me. Always seeking for things, seeking for answers. And, okay. So basically, that's what I'm doing. I'm now I'm going for Lingui. This is my best site, my favorite site to seek for translations, because sometimes if I broadcast in English or in French, I can always find expressions that I need. And okay, so now I'm gonna write down here the word apiadarse. Se apiadó de. Okay, and let's see. I didn't put the accent there, but se apiadó. My goodness. Well, we always, make mistakes when typing. But here we go. We have people have become dreadfully cruel. Kindness is not found. Nobody has compassion for anyone. Yeah, to have compassion for somebody. So, okay, I'm going to show you this site, Lingui. It's an amazing site, for translating. Also, reverses up there. I'm an English teacher, so this is why I recommend these sites. So, Lingui, if you want to pay, you can pay me for the advertisements that I make here of your website. Okay, so to have compassion. So it's like Cupid had compassion of me. That sounds good, I like it. And now I'm going to seek for some let me see, I gotta solve this thing here, because when I'm typing, I want to make sure that, guys, I am looking at you. So I'm gonna write it down here. It's kind of strange to do this, but I know that it is good, because then, I am looking you in the eye, and this is what I think that is important. All actors, whenever they are acting for the for the cameras, they have to watch the camera. So this is what I want to do as well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in here the word Rayleigh. Oh, I'm going to go to I'm going to go to YouTube here. I'm going to type in Rayleigh Barba. That's his name, Rayleigh Barba. And I'm going to put maybe some footage. Just to make sure that maybe one of his videos, but I just want to put his video only. I would like to have maybe an interview or something, so that I can there's a just want to make sure that here are some of his videos. So I'm going to, this is from a documentary about that asks whether he's a Christian or not. This is Jesus Adrian Romero. He's, I think, maybe the author of this video, whatever, of this sort of documentary, or this footage that I'm using here. So no copyright intended. You can check him out. The name is Rayleigh Barba es Cristiano, and I don't know, but I'm going to sing his song because I like his song. I think he's a great singer. So let's go ahead with Rayleigh Barba. Como un cuchillo en la mantequilla, mientras que mi vida no me moría, como la luna por la rendija, así te metiste de mis pupilas. Y así te fui queriendo al diario, sin una ley, sin un horario. Y así me fuiste despertando en cada sueño donde estabas tú. Y nadie lo buscaba, nadie lo planeó así. En el destino estaba que fueras para mí, y nadie le apostaba que yo fuera tan feliz. Pero Cupido se apiadó de mí, se apiadó de mí, se apiadó de mí, se apiadó de mí.
pleno desierto. Mojaste café mi corazón, ahogaste mis miedos como una dulce voz en el silencio. Si nos llegó el amor, amor del bueno. Y así te fui queriendo a diario, sin una ley, sin un horario. Y así me fuiste despertando en cada noche donde estabas. Y nadie lo buscaba, y nadie lo planeó así. El destino estaba que fueras para mí. Y nadie le apostaba a que yo fuera tan feliz. Pero Cupido se apiadó de mí. Se apiadó de mí. Se apiadó de mí. Se apiadó de mí. Okay. Well, that is, my dear friends, the video of today. Okay. Well, I just look at myself sometimes and I say, wow, are my eyes, like a little bit, what do you call that in English? Give me a second. I'm always looking for words. I'm always seeking to be squinting. That's the word. Thank you. So that painting is mine. One day we'll discuss about it. I'm going to talk about it and show it to you. Well, okay. Another song. I think it's enough. But it's been a pleasure thinking, I like it. I enjoy this very much. And I'm going to prepare maybe some good jokes next time and have something else. But for now is enough. Thank you. I hope that this video served you as a company and very ephemeris, like life itself. Maybe nobody watched me. How can I know? And I'm going to start, posting my videos somewhere else because I got to post them. All this is work. Is the result of my efforts, my endeavors, my energy, and I like to do this. So, yeah, I gotta change myself. I gotta be somebody else, of course. I am actually taking off from where I am, but I have to renew myself, convince myself that I am somebody else every time so that I can learn how to be different, so that I can learn, for example, to tell jokes, so that I can learn to be, to have other faces. Okay? Take care of yourselves, guys. Bye-bye. Hey, man. It's difficult to focus on you, lion. Yeah, I know. Bye-bye. Okay? Let's go ahead. Time to say goodbye now, for now. Okay, let's finish the broadcast.